This is the most popular cruiser in Eve Echoes, fast and deadly. It uses defense to make sure it's unkillable, and that defense is mainly by the form of speed, just like Lightning McQueen. Pew! But seriously, this ship is amazing. You can fly this ship in many ways, both right and wrong, most likely wrong but still turned out right, and in some cases, right and still ended up wrong. Even if you fly this right or wrong, whatever right or wrong really is, you can never be sure how it will end. But right is right, even if no one is doing it, and wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. But why do we talk about right or wrong fit? There is no right or wrong in this game. There's only right or wrong situations. And what does that have to do with Stabber? Well, this ship is hard to counter. The amount of ways players fly this ship is staggering, so the way for it to be countered is very hard. But here's a tip. You never encounter this ship. You encounter its pilot. But you do that in every situation in Eve Echoes, Sheev. Yeah, but with the Stabber, it's more true than any other ship. Always try to learn your opponent and never judge a situation you have never been in. So I'm not here to say what's right or wrong in fitting this beast. But we all know that you flew this batshit wrong at one time. Or you did like me and flew the Omen or the Vexor. Yeah, we did not know what we missed. Let's look at the fits and you see what I mean. Now I would call this a basic fitting for a Stabber if you're Tech 5. And I would also say this is a PvE fit. Now on the high slot you will have autocannons. You will have a Weber for the smaller frigs. You will have a Nosferatu just to keep your cap up. You will have a medium afterburner for the speed. You can have a cap battery or a damage mod here. You will have one invulnerability field and you will have one medium booster. On the rigs, you will have some damage application, preferably the free ones, and you can have activation time adjustments for the guns as well. This will push the DPS a little bit higher so that you clear the anomalies a bit faster. On the engineering ones, you will have thrusters and inertia. I got 2 thrusters here, it doesn't really matter, it's just 6%. But it's something. Now this ship is really cheap. Even on the high end, it's like 22 IP. But if you really want to fly a Stabber, then this is the way to start. And with only 2 mid slot, it's really not viable for solo PvP. Unless you find a newer player than yourself. Now I should go to the Stabber fleet issue. This is tech level 6 and it's around 30 million. But there's actually one more ship in between. You get the Stabber modified. And if I remember correctly, you will get this from a box after you do all the introduction missions. I can be wrong on this one. And I can also be wrong that you can choose it. It might be random or you could choose it. I can't remember. But the biggest difference is that from a Stabber to Stabber modified, you will have one more medium slot, which can actually make this viable for PvP. But I'm not sure that everyone can get it, so we will go to the Stabber fleet issue and we will see how that looks. Now the Stabber fleet issue have a lot more DPS and the extra mid slot, so you can do the PvP. Now this fitting that I have here is a very tight fit. We got autocannons on high slot, we got 2 Weber fires to make sure that you are the faster one. We got 1 disruptor at 27 kilometers. We got our drone. Again, we got the medium afterburner. We got a cap battery. We got a red resistance, the invulnerability field, and we got a large shield booster this time. I don't have very good cruiser skills, so I'm pretty sure that most of you can fit it just like this. The important part is that on the rig slots, you need to have cannon ambit extension. This makes you shoot further and you hit better. And with normal autocannons, you will have an accurate fall off at 10k and optimal range at 2.4. So basically you hit everything from 0 to 12. Now with the ambit extension, you will hit 14.1 or almost 14.2 plus 3.3. This will put you at 18 kilometers kite range. This is very nice because most Webers will not hit you. The cap battery and the large shield boost for those DPS that you might encounter is also very nice. Now you can of course rig more cap or speed. I just haven't done it on this one. This is just a replica. This is just something I show. But something that you also can do in this fit to switch the large shield booster for a medium, which will really help your cap, and remove 1 Weber for a medium newt. This is a less common fitting, and this is actually a really nasty ship. You can keep range, stay away from the Webers. You will most likely be faster than anyone else. If there's a frigate coming close, you can ute him and web him and still do some nice damage and still have some great tank. Now there's also another way you can build this, and in that fit you also have 5 medium autocannons, but you have 1 large shield extender, and you have 1 medium afterburner, 1 red shield, 1 medium shield extender, 2 webifiers and 1 scrambler. And in the rigs you got 1 anti-EM rig and 1 anti-thermal rig, and then you also have 2 targeting systems rig. Now that will net you with 15,000 shield and another like 9,000 on demand, and that's a ship for fighting equal size or smaller ships. And the targeting system rigs will make you so that you can lock the frigates and destroyers about the same time, and they will not be ready for it. You will keep the webs and the scrambles on them, so they can't use the micro-warp drive, which eliminates the biggest threats of small ships. So you will lock them down before they have a chance to brawl or kite, but you will be very aware of what you're doing. And of course, if you want to spend 600 millions and more, then there is the Stabber too. Overall, it's a better ship, but never underestimate the Navy Stabber, especially due to its price. Now you know how to fly a Stabber, and you also know a bit more about how to change your fittings to your liking. And remember, just cause others fly their ships their way, does not mean you have to do the same. Unless it's a doctrine fit, then you kinda have to. But I'll see you guys again.